Have you ever felt that your sleep habits are affecting your relationship or even your health? Is sharing a bed every night the best choice for middle-aged and older couples? These questions may surprise you, but they're worth thinking about, especially as life gets busier, stress increases, and health issues become more common with age. In this video, we're diving deep into the intriguing topic of whether sleeping separately might actually strengthen your relationship, improve your health, and bring balance to your life. From reducing stress to avoiding late-night arguments, and even protecting against contagious diseases, this is a conversation every couple over 50 should have. Stay with us as we uncover the surprising benefits of sleeping separately and address the concerns couples might have about drifting apart emotionally. You'll learn how this lifestyle choice can be a game-changer for your well-being and your relationship, and why it might not be the taboo topic people think it is. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to decide what's best for you and your partner, whether it's sleeping separately or together. So, grab a seat, because this could be the key to unlocking a healthier and happier future for both of you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. There are countless reasons why couples in middle age, especially those who have been together for decades, choose to sleep separately. I realized this truth during a recent 50th anniversary reunion of my school class, where the beers were flowing freely, and the air was filled with heartfelt conversations, singing, laughter, and even tears. It was a night of unburdened emotions, a moment when the years seemed to melt away, and we were reminded of the inevitable passage of time. It was amidst these tears and bursts of laughter that I gained an unexpected insight into the reality of aging. During the gathering, I couldn't help but ask an elderly man whether he still shared a bed with his wife or if they had taken to sleeping separately. His response was both simple and unexpectedly candid. "We've slept separately for a long time," he said with a hint of resignation. Intrigued, I asked why. His answer, however, was tinged with a hint of sadness. "She complains that I smell like alcohol." His words left me contemplating the quiet sacrifices made over the years. How something as simple as the smell of alcohol, once a trivial matter, can grow into a significant issue over time. Another man chimed in with his own experience. "Women get into bed early and don't watch TV or go online. When I'm watching football," she shouts, "turn off the TV. The bright light and noise from the screen keep me awake. How can I sleep with that going on?" His words were laced with a kind of humorous frustration, but I could sense the underlying loneliness in his voice. In my curiosity, I turned to a close friend and asked, "Do you sleep with your husband, or do you sleep separately?" Her response came without hesitation. "We sleep separately, even before retirement." I was taken aback and pressed further, asking, "But you're married. Why not sleep together?" She sighed and replied, "He often comes home late, smelling like alcohol, and snores like a freight train. Sometimes, his breathing is so heavy that it sounds as though he's suffocating. I can't sleep at all when that happens." Her words, though spoken lightly, carried a weight that spoke to the quiet compromises of long-term relationships. How often do we forget the small but important things that allow us to coexist peacefully with those we love? Another friend shared her frustrations. "He stays up late watching football. At midnight, he climbs into bed with cold feet, and I stay awake all night, feeling them press against me." As I listened, I realized how, in their ways, these women had quietly adapted to their changing lives and bodies. The act of sharing a bed had once been an expression of love and togetherness, but now it had become a source of discomfort, sleeplessness, and even resentment. When we were younger, sleeping together was an unquestioned part of being in love. It felt natural, comforting, and was perhaps the purest expression of affection. But as time passed, and especially after having children, the intimate bond between couples shifted. Love may not have faded entirely, but the passion that once defined it softened into a more practical, quiet form of affection. As we grow older, intimacy in the bedroom, particularly for women, tends to diminish, replaced by the weariness of time and the demands of life. There's a saying among men, you lose your wife when you have children, and you lose her again when you have grandchildren. It's a bittersweet truth. As women devote themselves to caring for children and grandchildren, their husbands often find themselves feeling abandoned, lonely, and forgotten. And in return, women tend to overlook their husbands' needs, assuming that they're self-sufficient or that they no longer crave the attention they once did. But one elderly friend had found a creative solution that seemed to strike a balance between the need for companionship and the practicalities of aging. Sleep separately but still be together. He had purchased 2 single beds, which he arranged side by side in their bedroom, just like in a hotel. There was a lamp on a shelf beside each bed, and a divider between them for added privacy. He explained that when he watches football, he wears headphones while his wife sleeps peacefully beside him. They were still sharing the same room, but each had their own space to retreat to. This arrangement not only allowed them to manage the physical discomforts of aging, like joint pain and insomnia, but it also provided a sense of privacy and respect for each other's personal space. It was a solution that seemed to work for them, and it gave me a deeper understanding of the complexities of aging and relationships. Many couples in their 50s and beyond are now choosing to sleep separately, not out of love lost, but for health, comfort, and respect for the changes their bodies and minds have undergone over the years. It's a testament to how, even as we age, our need for respect, understanding, and personal space remains as important as ever. Looking back, I realized that while the idea of sleeping together may seem like a symbol of love and closeness, it is not the only way to maintain a deep bond. As we grow older, how we care for each other evolves, and sometimes, sleeping separately can be a form of love in itself. One that acknowledges the needs of both partners and allows them to continue sharing life in a way that honors both their individual and shared experiences. There are a variety of reasons why couples in their 50s choose to sleep separately, and for many, this decision strengthens their relationship rather than weakening it. It may even improve it in ways they never anticipated. One of the primary benefits of sleeping apart is that it can dramatically improve the quality of sleep for both partners. For years, many believed that sleeping in separate beds was a sign of a failing relationship, a symbol that the emotional connection had deteriorated. However, as we age, we begin to realize that this isn't necessarily the case. Our bodies and minds undergo substantial changes as we grow older. While the intense passion of youth may fade, what replaces it is a more profound understanding of each other's needs and a desire to improve the overall quality of life, which includes restful sleep. In fact, for many couples over the age of 50, sleeping separately can bring both physical and psychological benefits that enhance their overall well-being. As we move into middle age, it's not uncommon to face health challenges. For some, snoring, teeth grinding, or other disturbances like talking in their sleep can create tension in the bedroom, especially if one partner has a sleep disorder or suffers from insomnia. For these couples, the very act of sharing a bed can become a source of discomfort and even frustration. Take, for example, the story of a 47-year-old woman who struggled with sleepless nights due to her husband's loud snoring and frequent sleep talking. Not only was she a light sleeper, but she also suffered from chronic stomach problems and insomnia. The constant disturbances from her husband's sleep habits became unbearable for her, and she felt as though the very act of lying next to him was a form of torment. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When they decided to sleep separately, something remarkable happened. She reported that her sleep quality improved drastically. No longer disturbed by the constant noise, she found herself sleeping more deeply, waking up feeling refreshed, and her health issues, particularly her insomnia, began to lessen. Surprisingly, their relationship didn't suffer from the change. It flourished. They both found more energy, felt more connected during their waking hours, and rediscovered a sense of harmony they had been missing. Now, instead of feeling frustrated or angry, they sometimes share a bed, reminiscing about their younger days, and enjoying each other's company without the tension of sleepless nights. The reasons couples opt to sleep separately are diverse, but the benefits, especially for older couples, are undeniable. Sleeping apart can prevent interruptions like loud snoring, teeth grinding, or any other sleep disturbances that may have once been overlooked. These disruptions can affect both partners' sleep, often leading to irritability and frustration that, over time, can erode the quality of the relationship. Moreover, sleeping separately can help avoid unnecessary arguments and conflicts that stem from minor issues that, under normal circumstances, might escalate. Instead of focusing on the small annoyances, couples can preserve their peace by giving each other the space to sleep soundly and wake up refreshed. Another benefit of sleeping separately, particularly in middle age, is the creation of a healthy sleep routine. Sexual dysfunction is common for many men as they age, often leading to a reduced libido. Similarly, women going through menopause experience similar changes in their desire for intimacy. These shifts in sexual dynamics can make sleeping together less necessary, and sometimes even uncomfortable. Sleeping apart allows each partner to have the personal space they need to feel at ease, avoiding the discomfort of snoring, bad breath, or other personal habits that can detract from rest. By establishing a good sleep routine that allows for uninterrupted rest, couples can create a more intimate and understanding relationship during the waking hours. The decision to sleep separately, far from indicating a lack of love or affection, can become a practical solution that nurtures both individual health and the overall health of the relationship. Ultimately, the decision for couples in their 50s to sleep separately is a personal one, often influenced by health issues, lifestyle changes, or simply a desire for better sleep. But far from damaging the relationship, this choice often leads to greater happiness, better health, and a deeper emotional connection. For many, it's not the proximity that matters, but the quality of time spent together when they are awake. As time goes on, sleeping separately in a relationship can sometimes become an unexpected yet invaluable solution to a range of issues that can disrupt peace and well-being. Whether it's being disturbed by the flickering light of a TV late into the night, the constant buzzing of a video game, or more personal concerns like snoring, joint pain, or even chronic illnesses, the need for personal space to rest is real and undeniable. Health problems, such as persistent bad breath or physical discomfort, can make sharing a bed more of a challenge than a comfort. People who are particularly sensitive to noise, or who require a quieter environment to sleep soundly, might find that sleeping separately provides them with the peace and calm they so desperately need to truly rest. It's no secret that the quality of sleep has a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being. It can shape our mood, energy levels, and outlook on life. As we age, this connection becomes even more crucial, as our bodies and minds become more sensitive to disruptions. A single unexpected sound, a creak of the bed, a soft snore, or a rustling movement, can jolt us awake and leave us lying there, restless, for hours. For many, this loss of precious sleep isn't just an inconvenience. It's a constant source of frustration, robbing them of the energy and focus they need to face the challenges of the day. By choosing to sleep separately, couples can alleviate this burden. The simple act of creating a space where both individuals are free from the noise and movement of the other can drastically improve the quality of sleep, allowing for deeper rest and a more rejuvenated spirit when morning comes. It may also ease the tension that often builds up from small, insignificant irritations, like a partner's late-night habits, ultimately preventing unnecessary arguments and fostering a more harmonious atmosphere at home. For couples over 50, especially when family dynamics and living conditions allow for such an arrangement, sleeping separately can be a wise and compassionate choice. It offers numerous benefits, one of the most significant being the establishment of a healthy and balanced routine. As people enter middle age, their bodies experience many changes, both physically and hormonally, that can impact intimate relationships. Men may struggle with issues like erectile dysfunction, which not only reduces sexual desire but can also contribute to feelings of frustration and inadequacy. Women, too, may face a natural decline in libido due to menopause, creating an emotional distance that reflects in their sleeping arrangements. In such circumstances, the need for physical closeness during sleep diminishes, and separate beds become less of a source of discomfort and more of a personal sanctuary. Moreover, as we age, the things that once felt important, like sharing a bed to demonstrate affection, begin to shift in significance. Couples in their 50s or beyond have often weathered years of life's complexities, growing wiser and more attuned to their needs. They understand that taking care of their own health, physically and mentally, is an act of love, both for themselves and their partner. In this context, sleeping separately can become an act of mutual respect, prioritizing each other's comfort, health, and well-being over societal expectations. It's not about growing apart. It's about recognizing that our bodies and minds evolve, and that caring for ourselves might mean seeking a little more space, not out of distance but out of a deep understanding of what's truly best for both. At this stage in life, it's about valuing peace, health, and the quiet moments that allow both individuals to rest and rejuvenate, ready for the new day ahead. Life, at its core, is about finding moments of peace and serenity amidst the chaos that surrounds us. It's about learning to stay calm and carefree, focusing on what truly matters. In a world so full of noise and distractions, it's easy to get caught up in petty arguments over insignificant things. But, in the end, what do these arguments contribute to our lives? Nothing but stress and wasted time. Sometimes, it's best to just let go, keep certain things to ourselves, and avoid unnecessary conflict. People who understand the value of time know that it is one of the most precious resources we have. Rather than squandering it on trivial matters, they choose to spend it doing things that truly bring them joy, exploring new activities and diving into passions they've never had the chance to indulge in before. These choices bring not only excitement but also a deep sense of mental comfort, helping to restore balance to their often hectic lives. The beauty of life lies in its diversity, in the different ways people express themselves, and in the unique preferences they hold. Some find peace in the gentle glow of a small night light, curling up with a book or studying in the quiet of the evening. For them, the stillness of night is a sanctuary, a time for reflection and learning. Meanwhile, others find comfort in the rhythm of music or the comforting predictability of a familiar TV show before bed. These small routines may seem trivial to some, but they are essential to creating a sense of personal peace. In relationships, especially between couples, it's not uncommon for disagreements to arise over these small but significant preferences. Couples may often struggle to find common ground when it comes to how they wind down at the end of a long day. Rather than letting these differences create tension, it may be healthier for both partners to have their space, separate beds, and separate routines. Sleeping separately doesn't have to be a sign of emotional distance. Instead, it can be an act of love, a recognition that sometimes the best way to preserve the relationship is to give each other time to thrive individually. This space allows each person to relax in their way, leading to a more harmonious relationship and, ultimately, a better quality of life. It's not about creating distance, but about nurturing each other's well-being. By embracing this kind of freedom, couples can rejuvenate themselves both physically and emotionally, leading to more vibrant, fulfilled lives as they age. Everyone needs to have their own quiet space, especially at night. The world quiets down, and so should we, allowing ourselves the opportunity to relax, reflect, and restore our energy for the next day. Whether it's due to personal habits, health concerns, or simply the need for peace, creating a space for quiet time is always a reasonable, thoughtful choice. It benefits not only ourselves but also our loved ones. As people grow older, habits naturally evolve, and that's completely okay. Change is part of life, and it's often necessary to adapt for our health and happiness. Take, for example, Mr. Hoa and his wife, who have chosen to sleep in separate rooms for over a year. The reason: Mr. Hoa's addiction to smoking, which his wife, understandably, cannot tolerate. Their home, spacious and filled with enough rooms for both, allowed them to make this change. It wasn't a decision made out of bitterness but out of mutual respect's needs. Their arrangement, though unconventional, has brought them both peace and has improved their quality of life. It's a simple, yet profound reminder that sometimes, it's the little sacrifices we make for each other that lead to the greatest comfort and happiness. Even though Ong Hoa is over 50, he still exudes a youthful energy that surprises everyone around him. However, beneath his composed exterior lies a tender vulnerability, especially during moments when he craves affection. On such nights, he tiptoes down the dimly lit hallway, his steps deliberately soft to avoid drawing attention. The thought of bumping into a servant or his children makes his heart race, so he feigns casualness, pretending to head toward the kitchen for a drink of water or to check the living room for misplaced items. Only when the coast is clear does he quietly slip into his wife's room, a sanctuary of familiarity and love. Inside, his wife, a graceful woman with silver-streaked hair, often sits with a book in hand, glasses perched low on her nose. As he enters, she looks up, an amused smile flickering across her face. Setting the book down, she adjusts her glasses and teases him with a playful tone. "What do you want this time?" It's a moment of connection that speaks volumes about their enduring bond, a blend of affection, humor, and understanding that has matured over the years. At this stage in life, the urgency for physical intimacy has naturally given way to a deeper yearning for emotional closeness. It's no longer about grand romantic gestures, but rather about the comfort of companionship, shared memories, and quiet moments of understanding. The practicality of sleeping separately might indeed be healthier. It allows each of them their own space for rest and reflection, a habit that has become part of their routine. Yet, these late-night visits show that love doesn't always follow logic, it follows the heart. Take Nu and her husband, for example. Their marriage of 18 years stands as a testament to stability and partnership. Having fallen in love as high school sweethearts, they nurtured their relationship through college and tied the knot shortly after graduating. Over nearly 2 decades, their once fiery passion has transformed into a steady and reliable warmth. They no longer hold hands or exchange frequent hugs, and their evenings are often spent in separate corners of their home, each immersed in personal pursuits. To outsiders, this might seem like a relationship losing its spark, but Nu sees it differently. She understands that their connection has simply evolved. Life's demands, work, children, and the inevitable passage of time have shifted their priorities. The romance of youth may have faded, but in its place lies a bond built on trust, mutual respect, and shared responsibilities. In Nu's eyes, their relationship is not weaker. It's simply adjusted to the rhythms of life. Reading stories like these stirs up a mix of emotions: admiration for enduring love, a touch of melancholy for the inevitable changes time brings, and a sense of hope that true affection can weather life's challenges. Whether in quiet hallway escapades or the comfortable silence of a long marriage, love continues to find ways to thrive, proving that it isn't about grand displays but the small, heartfelt moments that keep it alive. The decision to sleep separately in a shared bed, though it may seem like a small issue, can bring with it a surprising array of challenges and consequences, especially for couples who are in their middle age or beyond. As people reach the age of 50 and older, their bodies naturally begin to change. Once rare health conditions can become more frequent and concerning. High blood pressure, heart disease, sleep apnea, and other chronic conditions are common among the elderly, and these health concerns can lead to very serious problems if left unchecked. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The physical strains of aging can take a toll on one's ability to sleep comfortably, and the challenges of sharing a bed with a partner can often exacerbate these issues. Imagine an elderly person, already struggling with their health, lying in bed alone at night and unable to get the help they need in case of an emergency. If they live alone, their chances of receiving immediate assistance from a loved one in the middle of the night are significantly reduced, which can lead to terrifying and even life-threatening situations. This reality is painful to think about, but it is an unfortunate truth that many older people face when they are isolated. More than just health concerns, the decision to sleep apart can have a profound impact on the emotional closeness between partners. A bed is not just a place for rest, but also a space for intimacy, shared moments of vulnerability, and the comfort of knowing your partner is nearby. When a couple sleeps separately, these moments are often lost. Over time, the lack of physical proximity can create a silent emotional divide. The daily act of holding hands before falling asleep, exchanging words of affection, or simply lying close to one another may gradually fade into distant memories. Instead, partners become more accustomed to solitude and independence, and the once intimate connection may be replaced with a sense of emotional distance. It's heartbreaking to think that something as fundamental as sharing a bed can, over time, weaken the emotional foundation of a marriage. As life gets busier, both partners may prioritize their personal time, interests, and routines, and this separation, though seemingly small, can slowly erode the very love and care that once defined their relationship. This brings us to a delicate and deeply personal question that many middle-aged couples face. Should we sleep together, or is it time to sleep apart? The truth is, this decision is not black and white. It is not simply about being adamant about sleeping together because it's the traditional choice, or about opting for separate beds because it seems easier or more comfortable. It's a matter of understanding each other's needs, both physically and emotionally, and finding a solution that works for both partners. The issue of sleeping separately is not something to be dismissed lightly, but it's also not something to be viewed as a failure of the relationship. It's an opportunity for a couple to have an open, honest conversation about their desires, their health, and their emotional needs. There is no shame in needing space from each other if it contributes to better health, quality sleep, and, ultimately, a happier life. A couple should not approach this decision with guilt or fear. Instead, they should focus on creating an environment where both partners feel cared for and respected. For couples who have experienced the pressures of life and have found that sleeping together no longer promotes good health or restful sleep, the option of sleeping separately on certain nights may be a way to preserve the relationship and protect each other's well-being. After all, what could be more loving than acknowledging that one's partner deserves the best rest and comfort possible? If sleeping together no longer offers the peace and health benefits it once did, then choosing to sleep apart occasionally can be an act of kindness, not just to yourself, but to the relationship itself. The priority should be to maintain a sense of happiness, and not to force a habit or routine that causes discomfort or sleep deprivation. It's crucial to recognize that, even when sleeping separately, this does not mean giving up on the relationship. Rather, it's a conscious effort to preserve the love and happiness shared by both partners. It's about making room for each individual to thrive, and by doing so, ensuring that the relationship continues to flourish in other, more meaningful ways. However, while sleeping separately may be necessary at times, it is equally important for couples to continue showing love, affection, and care for each other in other ways. Sleeping separately should never lead to emotional or physical isolation. The bond between partners must be nurtured in every way possible. It's essential to avoid the trap of allowing each person to retreat to their separate spaces, emotionally and physically. A couple should not allow their rooms to become fortresses, with doors closed both literally and figuratively. This can create a sense of distance that could be detrimental to the relationship. Even when sleeping in separate rooms, partners should continue to make small, meaningful gestures, asking about each other's day, offering comfort, and making sure to touch base emotionally. These acts are crucial in maintaining the connection and the emotional intimacy that forms the foundation of any loving partnership. Moreover, couples who opt for sleeping separately may face external judgment. Family members and friends might question or criticize this decision, assuming that sleeping apart signifies a lack of love or intimacy. Others may interpret it as a sign of a failing relationship, and while this perspective comes from a place of concern or tradition, the couple needs to stand strong in their choices. There is no need to justify the decision to others, especially when it's clear that the decision is made with both partners' well-being in mind. It's not about conforming to societal norms or expectations. It's about what works best for the couple. If sleeping apart on some nights makes both people feel better physically, mentally, and emotionally, then that is the right choice for them. It's not about how others view it. It's about the happiness and health of the individuals involved. Couples should embrace the idea of normalization. It's perfectly okay to sleep separately if it contributes to the health of both partners and the relationship. Ultimately, the goal is to prioritize what is best for the couple's well-being and happiness, not to meet external expectations or adhere to outdated norms. Those on the outside may not understand, but as long as it works for the couple, that is all that matters. It's a deeply personal choice, and the most important thing is that the decision strengthens the relationship and enhances the quality of life for both individuals. So, if sleeping separately can help preserve your health, your peace of mind, and your connection, then it's a choice worth making. Relationships are built on love, mutual respect, and understanding, and sometimes making space for each other, literally or figuratively, is the best way to ensure that love endures. When considering the idea of sleeping separately, it's important to approach this sensitive topic with an open heart and a positive mindset. This decision should never be framed as a sign of emotional detachment or relationship strain, but rather as a thoughtful and caring choice aimed at improving both partners' well-being. The key is to present the idea gently, emphasizing that this adjustment may offer both individuals the opportunity to improve their sleep quality, resulting in more restful nights and more rejuvenated mornings. By taking this approach, the conversation can shift from one of potential conflict to one of mutual understanding, where both partners are encouraged to explore how sleeping separately could enhance their physical, mental, and emotional health. For couples over the age of 50, the benefits of sleeping separately become particularly evident, especially as the body and mind experience the natural effects of aging. One of the most significant advantages of sleeping in separate beds is the positive impact on health, particularly when it comes to preventing the spread of contagious diseases. In households where someone may be dealing with a chronic illness, such as tuberculosis or pneumonia, which can easily be transmitted through the air, sleeping apart can be a highly effective measure to safeguard the health of the other person. As we grow older, our immune systems naturally weaken, making us more vulnerable to infections. By reducing the frequency of direct contact during sleep, couples can create a safer environment, where the risk of cross-contamination is minimized, and both partners can maintain their health with greater peace of mind. For elderly individuals, especially those who are ill or in recovery, the need for solitude during sleep cannot be overstated. Sleeping alone allows them to experience the quiet and personal space needed for better self-care, which in turn contributes to a stronger immune system and overall healing. Chronic illness can often cause a person to become irritable, anxious, or more emotionally sensitive. In these instances, prolonged physical closeness can sometimes lead to unnecessary conflict, heightening stress and anxiety. Being able to sleep separately provides a buffer that allows each partner to have the space to manage their emotions and physical discomforts. It gives both individuals the chance to recover at their own pace, without the added pressure of trying to maintain harmony in a shared space. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Moreover, sleep studies consistently show that sleep disruptions are a common complaint among people over 60, and these disturbances can lead to significant physical and mental exhaustion. For older adults, sleep disturbances are often the result of a combination of physical discomforts, health conditions, and emotional stress. But the simple act of sharing a bed with a partner, especially when their sleep habits differ, can exacerbate these issues. For instance, one partner may tend to snore loudly, while the other may wake up frequently to use the bathroom, creating an environment that is less than conducive to restful sleep. In such cases, sleeping separately can provide the much-needed space for each person to adjust their sleep positions, avoid disturbances, and ensure a deeper, more restorative rest. The benefit of this small change is immeasurable. When both partners get better sleep, they are more likely to wake up feeling refreshed, mentally clear, and physically energized. Another aspect to consider is the emotional well-being of the couple and the family as a whole. The emotional toll of poor sleep can lead to irritability, stress, and a heightened sense of frustration. This can strain not only the relationship between the couple but also affect their interactions with other family members. Sleep deprivation can lead to poor communication, misunderstandings, and even conflicts, which may be difficult to resolve when both partners are emotionally drained. By choosing to sleep separately, couples can reduce the tension caused by sleep disruptions, leading to more peaceful and harmonious relationships, both with each other and with the rest of the family. The decision to sleep apart doesn't mean that the emotional bond is weakening. Instead, it is a recognition that both partners need a peaceful, restorative space to recharge and face the challenges of the day with renewed energy. Additionally, separate sleeping arrangements can also serve as a form of preventative health care for the entire family. If one partner is ill or recovering from an illness, maintaining separate sleeping arrangements helps protect the other members of the household from exposure to potential infections. This is especially crucial in families where elderly parents or other vulnerable individuals may live under the same roof. In these situations, the decision to sleep separately can act as a safeguard, ensuring that the illness does not spread, while also promoting healthier sleep patterns for everyone involved. Despite the numerous benefits, it's important to recognize that there may be some emotional challenges or drawbacks to consider. For many couples, the thought of sleeping separately after years of shared sleep may feel unsettling or even painful. The intimacy and closeness of sharing a bed have long been a symbol of affection and companionship. However, the emotional and physical toll of poor sleep may outweigh these concerns, especially when the health and well-being of both partners are at stake. In these cases, the decision to sleep separately should be framed as a practical solution that ultimately benefits the couple's relationship in the long term. If the couple's relationship is still strong and both individuals are relatively healthy, they may choose to maintain their shared sleeping arrangement, particularly if one partner needs more rest due to illness or other physical conditions. The key is to adapt the routine in a way that prioritizes both partners' needs. However, if sleep habits conflict, such as different sleep schedules, one partner's restlessness, or differing preferences for room temperature, sleeping separately may be the best choice to maintain peace and ensure both individuals get the rest they need. Ultimately, the decision to sleep separately is a deeply personal one. Every couple must weigh the pros and cons based on their unique circumstances, health conditions, and emotional needs. The ultimate goal is to find a balance that works for both partners, allowing them to enjoy a peaceful and restful sleep while also protecting their physical and emotional health. Whether couples choose to sleep apart or continue sharing a bed, the most important thing is that they communicate openly and honestly about what works best for them. A good night's sleep is a vital part of a healthy, happy life, and when couples prioritize their well-being, they create an environment where both partners can thrive, both individually and together. As we wrap up today's video, I hope you've gained some valuable insights into the benefits of sleeping separately and how it can significantly improve your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, especially for couples over 50. We've explored how this choice can help reduce the spread of illness, enhance personal health, and even bring peace and harmony to relationships. But most importantly, we've learned that every couple's needs are unique, and finding the right balance is key. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into your own life? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you more content that you can benefit from. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.